students, how are you all? I hope you're all doing good. So today we are going to learn an interesting topic, that is synthetic fibers. In this chapter we are going to learn different varieties of synthetic fibers which we use in our day-to-day life. So before entering into the topic, we should have a quick recap about the things whatever you have studied in your 6th and 7th class. So let's begin the class. So what is meant by fibers? A thin continuous strands are called fibers. The fibers are broadly divided into two types, that is natural fibers and synthetic fibers. So what is meant by natural fibers? The fibers which we obtain from natural source are called natural fibers. Example, plant fibers and animal fibers. If we are obtaining the fiber from plant source, then it is called plant fiber. If we are obtaining the fibers from animal source, then it is called animal fiber. Now, what is meant by synthetic fiber and what are all the examples of synthetic materials? So, now we are going to have a brief discussion about the topic. So, now let us understand the meaning of synthetic fibers. So, synthetic fiber, which is otherwise known as man-made fiber, because which is not produced from natural source, which can be obtained by using chemical substances. That is why the name has been given as synthetic fiber. So, when I am talking about the synthetic fiber, which consists of many small subunits. Many small subunits are called monomers, which can be combined together to make the larger unit called polymer. Now we are going to learn the types of synthetic fiber such as rayon, nylon, polyester and acrylic. Rayon is a fiber which is obtained by chemical treatment of wood pulp. So this fiber was called a rayon or artificial silk. So although the rayon has been obtained from the natural source wood pulp, which is called man-made fiber, because which has been done with the help of chemical substance. So which is very cheaper than silk, and it can also be woven like silk fibers. Rayon can also be dyed in wide variety of colors. The rayon can also be mixed with cotton to make bed sheets, or the rayon can also be mixed with wool to make carpets. These are all the uses of rayon fabric. Now let's move on to the next synthetic fiber, nylon. Nylon is another man-made fiber. So in 1931, it was made without using any plant or else animal source. It was prepared from coal, water and air. So it was the first fully synthetic fiber. So nylon fiber is very strong and elastic and light, and it was shiny in texture, lustrous, and which is easy to maintain, easy to wash. So it became very popular for making clothes. We use many articles made from nylon such as socks, ropes, tents, toothbrush, car sheet, belts, sleeping bags, curtains by using the nylon. Nylon is also used for making parachutes and ropes for rock climbing. Nylon thread is actually very much stronger than a steel fiber. Now let's learn about polyester and acrylic. Polyester is another synthetic fiber. This fabric doesn't get wrinkled easily. That is the reason this fabric became very popular to make wide variety of dresses. So it remains crisp and which is very easy to wash, and this fiber is quite suitable for making dress material. Even shirts and other dress materials can be made by using this polyester. So example, Terylene is a popular polyester. Now let's learn about acrylic. Acrylic similar to that of wool. So acrylic is also known as artificial wool. We wear sweaters and we use shawls or blankets in the winter. So many of these are actually not made from natural wool. Though they may appear to resemble wool, these are prepared from another type of synthetic fiber, that is acrylic. The wool obtained from natural source is very expensive, and whereas the clothes made from acrylic are relatively cheap. That is why the sweaters what we are wearing, the blankets what we are using is usually made up of the cheaper material called acrylic. So they are available in a wide variety of colors. These synthetic fibers are more durable and which is affordable. That is why the synthetic fiber become popular. This synthetic fiber possess unique characteristic which make them popular dress materials. They dry up quickly, and the synthetic material are durable and which is less expensive, and it is readily available and which is very easy to maintain. That is why synthetic fiber becomes very much popular in the world. Now let's learn about plastics. So you know very well, if you see our environment, most of the things made up of plastic. So why we are using plastic? So we know very well the plastic is easily moldable and we can give any shape, any form to the plastic. Plastic can be recycled, reused, colored, melted, rolled into sheets or made into wires. That is why it has many wide variety of uses. Now let's learn the types of plastics. So plastics have been broadly divided into two types, that is thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics. Now let's learn about thermoplastics. So when we add hot water to a plastic bottle, it gets deformed, isn't it? Such plastic which gets deformed easily on heating and it can be bent easily are known as thermoplastic, which can easily change its shape. Example, polythene and PVC are the examples of thermoplastics. Now let's learn about thermosetting plastic. There are some plastic which when molded once which cannot be softened by heating. These are called thermosetting plastic. Examples are bakelite and melamine are the two examples of thermosetting plastic. Now let's learn about bakelite. Bakelite is a poor conductor of heat and electricity. So that is why which is used for making electrical switches, handles and various utensils. You might have seen the cooker handle, the kadai's handle, which is made up of thermosetting plastic, that is bakelite. And now let's learn about melamine. Melamine is a versatile material, so it resists fire and it can tolerate heat better than other plastics. That is why which is used for making floor tiles, kitchenware and fabrics which resist fire. Plastics are used in many places. Why? Because the plastic is non-reactive, which doesn't react with anything. So that is the reason we are using plastic in a wide range, and the plastic is very light and which is very strong, and durability is also more and which is very cheaper. That is why we use plastic for household articles, and plastics are poor conductors of heat and electricity. that is the reason the electric wires have plastic covering, and handles of screwdrivers are also made up of plastics. Even the handles of frying pan are also made up of plastics. So now we should know what is the meaning of biodegradable and non-biodegradable. So what is meant by biodegradable? Which can degrade. The plastic which can degrade with the help of microorganisms are called biodegradable. What is meant by non-biodegradable? The material which doesn't decompose by natural process is termed non-biodegradable. So now let's learn the plastic and the environment. We know some plastic can get biodegraded and some plastic cannot be degradable, which present in the environment for many years, so which harms the organism which lives in the soil. So we know very well some plastic takes several years to decompose, so we can say it is not environment friendly and it causes environmental pollution. Besides, the burning process in the synthetic material is quite low and does not get completely burnt easily. So in the process it releases lots of poisonous fumes into the atmosphere which cause air pollution, so which cause damage. So what we have to do in order to prevent this, we should follow the 4R principle, that is reduce. We have to reduce the use of plastic and we have to reuse it. Recycle and recover are the 4Rs. We have to develop such habits which are environmental friendly. So now, how to save the environment? As a responsible citizen, we should not throw plastic bags in the water bodies or onto the road, so that we can minimize the plastic wastage. And also, always whenever we are going for shopping, we have to take a cotton bag or a jute bag while going for shopping, and we should try to minimize the use of plastic material. Instead, we can use a steel lunch box instead of plastic one. So thank you, students. I hope you have understood about this chapter very well. Thank you, everyone.